Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's with great pleasure we introduce you to Give Where You Live.
We both wish that everyone in the Cedar Valley could live in fun, happy musicals. Musicals like The Sound of Music, Guys and Dolls, or The King and I.
Or feel the same energy as An American in Paris, Singing in the Rain, On the Town, or Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. Unfortunately, not everyone in the Cedar Valley feels the happy tune we often feel. But the Cedar Valley United Way is partnering with local agencies to try and solve the community's most pressing issues. One area of emphasis of the Cedar Valley United Way is addressing is mental health.
It's a growing issue in our nation, and it's hitting our neighbors right here in the Cedar Valley. Your dollars to the Cedar Valley United Way are going towards programs combating this issue. One example of Give Where You Live is the Allen Child Protection Center at Unity Point Health.
The Allen Child Protection Center assists law enforcement and the Department of Human Services in their investigation and assessments for child-independent adult abuse. So here at the center, we provide forensic interviews, medical examinations, family advocacy, and counseling for patients and their families who may have experienced abuse or witnessed a crime or other sort of trauma. Every child or patient who came to their center got to pick out a button that was unique to them or that they thought represented them and add it to a large jar of buttons to kind of symbolize that they're not alone. It lets them know that a lot of kids come here every year and have been here before, and so it just it helps them to feel like they're not so isolated and alone. So we are 100% funded by grants and contributions. We receive a little bit of funding through our medical services that we provide, but no families ever receive a bill from us. People in places like the United Way have been really generous to us to help us keep our doors open, help us improve our services and expand our services.
The Cedar Valley United Way funds the mental health therapist position at the Child Protection Center to ensure the individuals experiencing abuse or trauma have access to immediate counseling services.
There are about 20% of kids with a diagnosable mental illness, and that number hasn't changed over the decades that I've been looking at the research, but lately we've seen an influx or an increase in suicide rates from the Iowa Youth Survey, and that is happening here in the Cedar Valley as well as across the state.
The Mental Health Planning Coalition, facilitated by Cedar Valley United Way, works to improve treatment capacity and access to services for persons with mental health problems. The coalition prioritizes crisis intervention as well as prevention and early intervention through school-based services.
So definitely there's a higher need. We are seeing students struggling with trauma, with depression, with anxiety. And so as a school psychologist, school-based mental health is really my passion. And the United Way has done a great job at supporting how schools can support each other in their mental health services that they're providing to students.
It's a serious topic that deserves our attention and resources. There are true stories right here in the Cedar Valley that resemble a Dear Evan Hansen storyline. Please help us continue the fight for our community members' well-being.
The Cedar Valley United Way advances the common good in our community by focusing on education, health, and financial stability. This year, Lowell Elementary was displaced after heavy snow collapsed the roof of the school. The Cedar Valley United Way was able to rise to the challenge of Give Where You Live.
On a Wednesday, it was a snow day, thank goodness, and my custodian called and said, "Carrie, the roof collapsed." You know, your heart sinks a little bit because at that point then you don't know what's going to happen.
The roof collapse displaced over 200 students to the former Central Rivers AEA building. Classes resumed in the new makeshift school just 1 week after the roof collapsed.
It's so hard to think of a good way to say thank you other than just saying it, because it's unbelievable how much support we got.
Well, I would say thank you for making it go by quicker, because maybe it'd take more than a week to get us situated.
Thank you. Like, we needed it. I mean, if we didn't have it, how would this be a school?
The Cedar Valley United Way is helping area students thrive, and we strive for all of our schools to feel like a school of rock. Education is critical in keeping the Cedar Valley strong for generations to come.
Help us keep the wicked out of the Cedar Valley. Please give where you live.
Please give to the Cedar Valley United Way. Annie, get your gun or your pen if you're writing checks.
Dream girls?
Be the Lion King.
Ooh, that was good. How do we work grease into this? You're the one that I want.
Or the one I need.
Oh, yes, indeed.